All right, hey folks, I am joined by DocT. DocT has 8 combat tours.
18.
Whatever. He was with JROTC.
Green Beret.
Same thing.
Kind of. Do you know anything about me at all?
Yeah, we're friends.
Are we though?
Apparently not.
What's up guys, Evan Temple here. Excited to let you know that WPSN has a new show with my good friend Tony Sentmanot. Check him out here on how you can participate.
I was always training and doing all these different things because I never wanted to be that guy that had another officer die while he was working next to him. That was my biggest fear. We have this notion that we're only capable of about 40 or 50% of what our bodies can actually do. So I show people that they have so much more in them.
I'm Tony Sentmanot, and I'm gonna prepare you for the real world. On my show, we're gonna have tons of people with various backgrounds, and we're gonna push them through their mental and physical limit. I'd like you to meet Diego De Vera. He's a 4-time world champion striker. Don't let emotion take over. When you get hit, keep going, keep going. Those last 20 seconds, fear of getting hit left you. I saw it in your face. You said, if I get hit, no well, I'm gonna keep fighting back. And that is the key right there. Make your mind unbreakable so that your body becomes unstoppable.
After 3 days of getting my face slapped, my body beat, I've realized I have 30 pounds to lose before I can be even remotely an effective protector.
Welcome to Real World Tactical. All right, guys, so now I need your help. If you've been involved in some form of traumatic experience in your life, or you just want to be pushed mentally and physically to your limit, I want you part of this series. I want you to send a video 1 minute or less to realworldtactical@watchwpsn.com. Okay, explaining to me why you or someone you know deserves to be on this show. I'm really looking forward to training with all of you guys on this new show and my new series. See you soon.
All right, what's happening, folks? Welcome back. I'm joined by DocT. He teaches our Warrior Poet medical classes and does a jam-up job, right? You do a good job?
Yeah, I love it. I love teaching medicine. I love imparting that knowledge. I spent 18 years as a Green Beret Special Forces doc, so to me, it's now that I'm in retirement zone, you know what I mean? Yeah. It's one of those things that I want to kind of pass that knowledge on, whether it be to the military guys that I teach or the civilian side of things that we teach here at Warrior Poet.
Today we're tackling the 2 most common, the worst med kit mistakes. In preparation for this video, our producer, it was awesome, he's right here, said, I have medical, would you like to go through mine? And then he gave DocT this.
Which is a beautiful first aid kit.
It is, but it's not a medical kit. It's not a trauma kit.
Not a trauma kit. And trauma is kind of like our focus. You know, we do have a class that we will teach kind of like some, you know, more medicine and kind of like get you through it. But we really want to focus on trauma.
Fantastic. What are the first 2? And you can use this as a nice segue for your show them. I'm going to Vanna White this
Vanna
thing.
White it up.
And you tell us our very first
So for me, improperly stocked. If you have a med kit, but it's not properly stocked and in a way that is easy for you to use it with the right equipment, the stuff that you're familiar with, that's a big one. First aid is first aid, trauma is trauma. So let's make this our first aid kit, which sits in the truck over here, and let's bring.
But what if I get a bee sting?
I'll take care of you.
Very good. Right.
But then let's bust out our trauma kit.
Right.
This is a trauma kit. This is what I'd like to see more so readily available.
Right.
Instead of, this could be in the trunk, you know what I mean? Because if it's a bee sting or you have diarrhea, it's not as big a deal as if you're bleeding out all over the ground on the range. So yeah, this is a trauma kit. This is pretty prevalent all over the place. This one has everything that you're going to need in order to get past that incident, that catastrophic incident that's going to change your life, you know?
Right.
It's not combat. Like, we're not talking about combat, but it's a combat mindset. Okay. Like, I want to take the combat experience that I had overseas, and I want to give that to you in a mindset and in a way that you can package it and then survive in the States.
Say medical kit, what is the bare bones? What do I absolutely have to have?
Absolute have-to-haves for me are tourniquets, are gauze, either combat gauze or flat, compressed gauze. It's chest seals, it's nasopharyngeal airways, it's trauma shears so that you can expose and you can see what you're dealing with.
Right.
What it's not a first aid kit. It's not Band-Aids. It's not, some, antibiotic gel, great for later on, but let's stop you from bleeding first. Let's take care of your trauma right away.
Very good. So
for me, having that stocked and ready to go and having the right items, that's huge. So, and knowing how to use them is big as well.
Great. So that's number one. The second worst medical kit mistake would be?
So my number two is improperly staged.
Okay.
Whether it's in a backpack, it's on your body. Are you dressed on the range? Can you get to it with both hands? Can you reach your tourniquet? Can you use your tourniquet? Is it in your home? I have kits all over the place. I have one in my car. I have one in my body. I have one in my backpack. I like to keep them everywhere. And are they staged in a way that I can get to them with an injury? Injuries are you just don't know. It's kind of like rolling the dice. You don't know what's going to happen with that injury pattern or the what it is that's injuring you. So having in a way multiples kind of like spread out is not a bad thing.
I've only got so much on me, but I think, what about mass casualty? What about active killer situation? And I'm thinking, man, I want my car kit to be beefed up, and I want to be able to kind of grab and go and treat a bunch of people. In your vehicle kit or a bag, you have more than what I just can carry on my ankle and stuff.
I want to have enough items. I'm a good citizen. I try to take care of my neighbor. I want to have enough items that I'm not just worried about myself, but I'm worried about the people around me.
Right.
And that's staging. It's a clear delineation so that in that moment when you're outside of your own mind trying to figure out what to do, you don't really have to think about it, especially if you've done training. That's having it in different locations that are accessible and that have the ability for you to be able to get to them quickly and to keep those red blood cells in the body, because that's our number one goal, is to keep the red blood in your body so that you can continue to survive.
Once the blood's out, you can't put it back in, can you?
Can't put it back in until we get to a hospital.
Yeah,
I mean, we can try.
Just I think you just rub it in anywhere.
We'll guinea pig you a little bit.
Guinea pig. This sounds terrible. Did you have anything else to share with the folks on these two things?
The last thing I'd like to talk about is condition. Maybe not so much here in the States, and I choose ways to protect my items. But like when you use your belt every single day, you're going to have a higher rate of changing out your tourniquets. You're going to have to change out the items inside of your med kit a little more often, because you're exposing them to, you're a pretty active guy, especially in shooting.
Yeah.
You're jumping in and out of tanks. You're jumping in and out of the water. Yeah.
You watched.
I did watch.
Thanks.
I had to watch.
Awesome.
So when you're doing those things and you're being active, make sure you check your items and hey, this is still good. Are the seals broken on my combat gauze? Is my tourniquet looking pretty worn? Do I need to start upgrading and changing that stuff out?
Yeah.
I'm a huge guy in training. So what I like to do with my items once I do rotate those out of active use or life-saving use is I like to put them in the training box. I set a little training box in the corner of my kit area, and when something wears out or if it expires pretty terribly, I put that in the training box.
Good idea.
And then I'm able to go to that. And I'm using the stuff that I would actually use.
That's awesome. I tell folks to do that with magazines as well. If you ever have a magazine on a pistol or rifle fail you, don't you dare trash it. That's now a training mag. So you just mark it T for training. And don't get rid of your old magazines that don't work.
Yeah, 100%.
Very good. Well, those are the top 2 med kit mistakes. Thanks so much, DocT, for teaching us and leading us through this stuff. If you guys want to train with DocT directly, we'll have a link down below. You can check out his training courses with us. He's an amazing resource. You'll like learning from him. I certainly do. And without further ado, we will train hard, train smart. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, hit the notifications bell, and toggle notifications to all. And we'll see you next time.